Sidratu Aminata Kamara from the United States of America. It dedicated this song to one of the biggest organizations in the world, Weird.
Yeah, made a crack on the mix.
91 big boy Pekin.
It's your double tap, see the ball.
Daily days,
091.
yellow flag TVs.
Hallelujah.
Come on.
We are the organization. Don't come for every nation. We are the organization. Don't come for promote the nation. They know they mix my politics. They know they part tribalism. They know they mix my politics. Yeah. They know they part no tribalism.
This now we hard, duck and now we land. So la we all and fine. This now we hard, duck and now we land. So la we all and fine. Oza, who know they back kapu. We had no mixed bag bamu. We know they back kapu. We had no mixed bag bamu. Go tell the brother sister them say we had don't come
Oh, we are now we are.
Tell them for me say we had don't come
Oh, we are now we are. We are the organization. Don't come for every nation. We are the organization. Don't come for promote the nation. They know they mix our politics. They know they part tribalism. They know they mix our politics. Yeah. They know they part no tribalism.
Big respect to the one who will make Weird team up strong one. Especially to you, by Bure Kablai from the north. And to you, Shenge Pierre from the south. And me, Amina, happy birthday in advance to you, by Bure Kablai from the north. You celebrate your birthday January. Happy birthday in advance to you, Shenge Pierre from the south. You celebrate your birthday December. This organization, the 3 years, December 2022. We dey tell who members them all over the world, thank you. Yeah.
We are the organization. Don't come for every nation. We are the organization. Don't come for promote the nation. They know they mix my politics. They know they part tribalism. They know they mix my politics. Yeah. They know they part no tribalism. Let me tell you, wait till we are done do for me. They no change life inside the world country. Number one, they the people. They build outreach for the affected men.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of a program we call Congress Return. We are on YouTube and on Facebook. We will discuss issue them with the front page of the newspaper and the carrier. We look at the issue there, so in the later we bring people and we can help with while we look at the issue here and put some sense into them. Well, we'll go straight and begin look at the first one where we get inside the program this morning. Now the Premier News newspaper, and they say 4 in custody for brutal killing of woman. And late Aiba Sandabari, and the Defense Council endorses retirement of 37 officers. Statistical innovation unfold at Mutiny Indicator Cluster Survey. Sorry, I take that again. Statistical innovation unfold at Multi-Indicator Cluster Survey Workshop, and the Sports Minister inspects SLFA projects. This is another story for inside the Premier News. And the OWL newspaper say Worrisome 37 military officers sacked. And as First Lady commissioned medical facilities, Chief Brahma Swari boost Kenema with health center. And again, you as well get as a beacon of hope, Babadi Kamara for SLFA presidency. The next one, the Watch newspaper, they say they're in the launching of the 50 new buses to improve urban mobility. First Lady calls for action to protect and empower women. NATCA sets the record straight. and Salwako, an Indian consultant, visit Darum. Parliament wallows in regrets. The next one, the Night Watch, we say unity in APC. And future election, SLPP looks for new candidates. SLPP stalwarts. And Internews, SDI urge women to take frontline posts in politics. The next one, the Independent Observer, we say ACC announced March 31 deadline for asset declaration. Legal aid represents 15 accused persons at court martial. And the next one, the Salon Compass, we say Agenda 2028, ACC boss turns shield for corrupt powers. Finance Ministry strangulates contractors. And Africell Angola hosts U.S. Secretary of State. The next one, LEONE newspaper, Babadi Kamara presidency could herald a new era in football. Thomas Dixon, the unsung hero. And AGL commits to support Sierra Leone's development drive. The next one are the Africa 24 Multimaga University still operating as Polytechnic, Cottage Hospital, Arbors, Kush, Poppers. And also inside this edition, police warns former village heads. And $7 million United States for 500 airport workers. Corruption hunters become haunted. The executive newspaper, The Hope for Sierra Leone Football, Babadi tops SLFA presidential race. Brenda Soiree constructs Dr. Fatima Bio Maternal Health Center in Kerema District. First Lady calls for women empowerment. And Commonwealth meets with Speaker of Parliament. The next one, the City Hunter, we say Babadi Kamara's ascension, a new era for Sierra Leone football. First Lady Commission, Fatima Bio Maternal Health Center. And the next one, okay, so now the paper and this way we actually get inside the program this morning. Then we just take a very short break and then we'll come back just now so that we can discuss the rest of the issues then.
This song come up from Madam Sidratu Aminata Kamara from the United States of America. It is dedicated this song to one of the biggest organizations in the world, WEARD.
Yeah,
Men of crack on the mix.
91 big boy Pekin.
Echa never tabe see the ball.
daily base.
091.
Yellow flag in this.
Hallelujah.
Come on.
We are the organization. Don't come for every nation. We are the organization. Don't come for promote the nation. They know they mix my politics. They know they pass tribalism. They know they mix my politics. Yeah. They know they pass no tribalism.
This now we hard, duck and now we land. So la we all and fine. This now we hard, duck and now we land. So la we all and fine.
Alright, welcome back. We actually don't get two of our guests there. We don't join me inside the program. Follow we come and discuss the different issues them where we don't hear the newspaper they don't carry this morning. And of course, then they have put their own into waiting the paper they already don't carry for this morning. So don't forget for like and share the program so more people can actually benefit from the issue then or the discussion we actually they can carry on this morning. Well, inside the program this morning, I actually don't get two people like I say. We Honorable Siraji Wallace Kamara. We deal with we inside the program this morning. Honorable, good morning and welcome to the program.
Morning again. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, and we as well get another 5-star na the media. We as well on the older floor, very strong, in terms of practice na the country. So in name na Elodma. Good morning and welcome to the program this morning from the Informant newspaper.
Good morning, Sembapia, and thanks for having me.
All right, I'm happy for getting all two now the program this morning. Okay, so I want to start with something we make us smile. I don't know why I smile. And we see the former NRA boss where they been just pulled from a job. Yes, don't build hospital na Kenima, and in name the Fatima Bio hospital. So waiting not the first thing we kind of mind, Edward, when you hear something like this.
Well, Sierra Leone, a very interesting country. This country, a very interesting. Every day, people in the act movies, they get where they watch the movie, they see the level at which this country they go. I see. First of all, I want to commend the initiative for the fact that the young man thought and fit for build hospital na Kenima. That tells you that we people in other part of the country, they, for at once, then will also get another opportunity for get access to healthcare delivery. Active. I want for kudos to the young man, Soiree. What you think about in people in another part of the country? The only problem when I get, and sometimes maybe I owe no apology. Maybe some people will try for interpret and differently. Now the fact that there is a kind of a political sycophancy attached to the project itself. For me, I think this country would not reach at a level now. Let us look at development from a holistic point of view, and we try for remove too much of political sycophancy around with development projects, development activities the way they undertake. The name itself, Fatima Bio, I have nothing against the First Lady. The First Lady is a First Lady of the Republic. You don't do your best. You don't make in your mark. You don't contribute in your way. Despite the fact that many people have all different views about them. But the truth of the matter is that how and when or why at this time, for having been sacked from the NRA, and he don't come back, he don't go build hospital, he don't decide for renaming, in memory of the First Lady or in recognition of the First Lady. Some people then go look at from the political lens or from that kind of perspective, say, is it that he's trying to lobby again through the First Lady for him, to be brought for him to be brought back to the system? Because we don't see in this country people that can use projects them as a means of lobby. They can go do a project, in the name of Sembapia, because they think that Sembapia now they control the bread and butter, and because he get a secret favor from Sembapia, at the end of the day, Sembapia must find a little corner who say go put away, say go able for leaking and at the same time able for recover from what you don't spend. So from that perspective, I think I say and say it might not be the right time before they even name that place they be as Fatima Bio Hospital. Having said that, I also think we get renowned Sierra Leoneans in that part of the country, specifically to Kakwa Chiefdom, where they don't make so much contribution to the development of that area there, since before independence and after independence. These are names the way they sound today in that area there. Kakwa Chiefdom, for example. The Kakwa, the warrior himself. Why we not go able to go back and try for, bring alive some of the Israeli heroes there where they not contribute to the development of this country. Every generation gets in you. Maybe in future, in the next 10, 20, 30 years to come, somebody from somewhere will be sitting in his corner and think, say, at a point in time, there was a first lady who been do good for this country. Am I do something for member? So me the think say most of them we heroes they are because what's happening in Sierra Leone today. We are killing our heroes, and thank you for reaching out this country. It will be difficult for a lot of people for begin identify, people and now which way we go say where we go begin members say, oh, so person be now heroes them be. We know that people in other parts of the country, the people in the way they don't contribute. So in my own view, this is my view and this is my opinion, and this is what I think should have been done. That they could have easily look out for somebody from the other parts of the of that Kenima district when a hero we don't do so much, or if somebody says when a farmer, they can easily get a name in memory of that person. But this too much of political sycophancy, around the governance of the state and around development. I don't think sometimes it's a welcome news at all.
Okay, so that only right from that point. Take out Honorable Sirajin Williams Kamara inside. Honorable, waiting at your take on this particular issue, because Mara saying a good one, yes, a good one. For use the name for not to bad thing because not get anything against the first lady, that not too. But waiting color you mind. Honorable, you might mute if you say something. All right. So, if the honorable, okay.
Have you want change to other phone because I did get culturally disturbing at this line here.
Okay, no problem. If you do that quickly.
If you can give me 2 minutes.
No problem. So while we wait for Honorable Edward, something again come to my mind when you discuss this particular issue. 2 things come to my mind. Number 1, almost them they pay Brema Swai before he become the head of PRA, if that's so they call him, actually be don't build any hospital before or don't take any major project before. Now only when he go into them office then they almost them they pay him. How we get this money? Na donor funded projects or na self pocket he pull am?
Well, you see, this is a country wherein if Aaron Mara buy Lexus today, at every standard in Sierra Leone, a very good motorcar and expensive. Nobody will dare to find out to ask questions, or even the financial intelligence agencies where if me to work for government for let them investigate to say police money for buy this motorcar. This also in a country wherein they can appoint me today in a public office. Within 3 months, I don't build 2-story. I don't build 3-story. Where when I've been in my private life, I don't spend about 10 to 15 or 20 years. I know when they build by myself. And nobody they can find out who's I get this money. I think this issue of creating state institutions, paying them for doing nothing, the born good picking at this country. This financial intelligence units where then they make noise all about. In fact, they don't become a fire brigade. Then they talk when things go out of hands. Recently, a lot of people are beginning hearing, but then now we talk about this super advert we've been coming now. Where then they say now they don't go out, now they don't block over 4.something billion from them people and their account. These are the things they should be investigating. Which are Soare put the money in the first place? When Soare will build this? Because as far as I know, Soare was an ordinary procurement officer and a minister of health. An ordinary, when I said an ordinary, he was just a locator staff. Now, Minister of Health. I remember during the Ebola period, now them report in one of the people in the way been preside over the procurement of them, then ambulances them be bringing at this country. So from that period to now, to the time where President Bio be appointed him as NCPPA chairman, and also this time now we move to NRA. He go able for analyze Suare as an individual now. We say Suare police money. Is it that this nine salary? Sometimes the ACC they talk about unexplained wealth. In fact, unexplained wealth, this is something that's now where the ACC they even talk about again, where then at the act itself. You understand? And then at the act, unexplained wealth. If we don't build 2-3 story building, the ACC get the act make it very clear that the ACC should investigate to know who get that money there, because they not compensate to me salary where they pay me. Within the 6-month period where Suare don't serve na NIA as Commissioner General of NIA, we say go pull the money for build hospital. Again, where Suare been in a MPPA, you know, looking at his salary, we see how Suare been rolled out one of the most expensive, you know, projects where it been referred to as President Bio Suare Scholarship Trust Fund, where they say it do in the name of President Bio. They say one for complement President Bio in agenda for free quality education. We see the massive educational items that we been give to schools them across Kenima district. Anybody, any serious institution don't sit them in their own quiet corner or at their own comfort zone for say, well, let us begin investigate. But how people then get money, especially so people holding public office. I'm laying emphasis on the issue of public office. When you're occupying public office, it's not your own private office, it's public office, and you are being paid. Let us begin look at people and salary now, whether they are living within their salary income, whether they live within their income. And if somebody is receiving, for example, they get 45 million loans, then if they undertake project the way they got billions of loans, then how long you go able for multiply that 45 million loans for able to get 1 billion loans for undertake a project like that? So in my own view, this is an eye opener, you know, to we as Leoneans, and also to the financial intelligence unit, if they are serious in what they are doing, which I know that is one of the institutions. Okay. Yes, and the SPC as well.
Thank you.
Let's not come now for beginning investigate people and now.
Thank you. Honorable, welcome back. So, let we still there on this issue. What do you still think? Now, we don't go further and ask question. If this man now be National Public Procurement Authority be there at first, and then later he come na National Revenue Authority, and now it take up a very massive project of building hospital na Kenema, a good for a build hospital because people need them and a blessing. But the question now who say pull am na a project? Now out of his salary, or how comes he gets some money there for do that thing there? Now under the government, this is not the question them now where don't come up. You might mute, Honorable. Okay, I think Honorable, you could come back for talk about Andy actually. Honorable, you get me? Yes, we might mute. Yes, go ahead.
I hear you, yes.
Yes, go ahead, sir. I asked a question about this building of the hospital, you know, Brahma Soiree. Now, a good thing for a build hospital, but the question now, who side this money come on a project, now out of in salary, or now under government?
I think Mara, Edward don't say a lot of things where I don't want to repeat myself. I will only say those.
All right, it gets serious challenge for connect in line early the struggle. With that, if you can, we will continue. But if, yeah.
It gets me?
Yes, I go ahead. It will get you now.
Okay. When I've been doing Christians in Action, my pastor was Joshua Cummings. You know about my ministry, Gospel Recordings as a faith ministry. All of a sudden, you can't see me say, I buy motorcar. And I say, Pastor, I say, we don't get funds for buy motorcar for the ministry. I say, we don't buy them. Now I say, how you get the money? Now I go take that and then they send check by post. You can put on a bank on cleared effect, say some weeks before it clear. So it takes some time. So I share all that for nice way. Now I go join you for tell God thank you for this provision. He said, because I don't know how you get them. But even the church today, somebody who can make donation, nobody no go ask how this person gets money. It's time they say today na sin if you not get money, the relationship with God not right. This is about the church. And I don't go down to the people, and so much so that people they ask questions. What Mara said, I mean, even if they pay somebody 100 million loans a month, is that enough for make it take up a project of billion loans? In no time, he waited them call. Some people will argue, say, well, the man not take the money for can God aside. But in the first place, now if for do that work there on our government responsibility, then why if for wanting for take government funds, with and do the work where government for do? It gets an ulterior motive. And as Mara said, I say he said it all. And the ACC gets a clause for unexplained well. Let the man tell really, I get this money. Because by writing a public servant, we know what's in a salary, we know what's in a responsibility. You cannot afford from your salary for 10, 15 millions every month, 50 millions every month to people. You know that. So pass begin to wait and come. But those are the questions we need to ask. But now waiting to happen in our society. When those voices grab for us, people and they will go say, but let the man go. Now by that, the man will take the money, go spell another country and make it come in. Not showing responsibility. And the two then they talk back, better than say that man, the way they put an INR and they tip that money there. They say they put an INR and they make them. So we don't sugarcoat a bad trick that, so the one who do the bad self are now considered victors. You the way they whistleblower and they say you get bad at. And these are all the attitude they do about this country. Honesty, integrity are treated with disdain. So for me, Soare will have to explain,
So the question now, who's telling you to explain? Because I'm not sure if ACC, because it do for them, because the reason when they pull na NIA force, na easy for them they ask so many questions. But who's telling you ask another question? And the ACC already, financial intelligence units already.
Well, we also they talk about the institution that we set up. I mean, some of us we don't succeed for bring reforms now party APC. Now they can't take the reforms to national level. I want a Boku officers them, state officials them, should not be appointed by the president. Many a time because the president get the authority for appointing such people, the finance say just a bit perverted. A voice from State House don't dilute everything. I know they talk about now. It has been there all the time, which is no good for us.
And interestingly, the president himself don't talk on this BNTM. The time we meet with the honorable member of parliament in a private, dinner. He say the institution is weak so much that anger for them now everywhere for pass it put on any side before ever we get results at the end of the day. So of course, in a case like this, the president get for the wait for the president for a gig where say, okay, this is not possible for investigate or not for investigate.
No. Senator Pierre, thank you very much for bringing that example there. In fact, when I had members of parliament, when I lawmakers, then the good tell say we want Paran. I've never talked on Paran issue. God just say if don't they before ACC, would expect them for make them come out with something good. So if President talk say, don't give attention to that topic there, we will take action. Then all of a sudden, people who where them put na us for preserve the integrity of we lost. Then they go plead for somebody quote unquote a criminal. I felt it's not because of Paran, now because of the MPs them where they said for lead a foolish campaign, we want Paran. For waiting, for wrongdoing. So if the lawmakers were enlightened, what they do then say, what you expect of the Kush boys out there? You understand, eh? And I always say this, I will continue to say this. If Parliament sober, we're not sober. If Parliament not been corrupt, because you corrupt, believe me, not even getting it forget at ACC. Because get the Public Accounts Committee, where then they can't even the audit reports, then they peruse them. But imagine an MDA go down, it's 20 billion, they cannot account for it. Then can a parliament, then can be a paper there, then go give 100 million, 200 million to the chairman of the committee. I just said this anywhere because Miss 13 months things in a parliament, I witness that. You know, I will say that another time, the details of them. So nobody will tell me, say, they be. So if they were serious enough, how could somebody not able to account for 20 billion? Then he can't take 200 million, 100 million, bribe the other way for Olam, the police way for Olam, and above the case.
Honorable, thank you very much for this particular thing where you come up with so today. For a long time, I don't put this question to people, on this parliamentary, account committee, when at the PSC, say, plenty time they can come up with some issues, they can just say, okay, let them stand everybody down, journalists, no, come on, I do. The whole secret meeting, by the time you go come back inside, they don't agree for approve that particular budget and other things. Then it's good that you don't come and tell me say that thing really happened, because a lot of them where they put standing, they say no, it never happened.
It happened. Me coach me anytime them call me back from a parliamentary, I dey go talk am. Anytime them call me, I dey go talk am. And let me repeat myself: if Parliament serious about representing the people, honestly and sincerely, but of them commission and agency will not get need for them. But Parliament creates a responsibility for them when an oversight. Then a way for making for put checks and balances. But most time they end up saying a side way, then they go compromise the MP them. And because I will tell you, most of we MP will go to Parliament. Some of us don't even get to my Parliament they live in. Now we'll go Parliament and give money, begin rent to host them. And so anything goes. People go to committee meetings because they want to say if sitting free day. Me, I not care. Let any MP grab up and challenge me on this, and Lord take a podium and debate on this. I will challenge everybody anytime. But you see, Nameka talk say if Parliament sober would be good. And I've been talking to the president, but as she said, no more, the president not go to any side. But we not say this institution is independent. Not to president appoint the chief justice, not to the president appoint the head of police. When issues come, then go investigate independently. I had an issue na CID at one time when my cousin then detain him. Anybody call, oh, this is there above me. The head of CID, this is there above me. The head of police, this is there above me. So why this thing for there above you? Even waiting and call. So now we can blame them and say, let the institution be independent. And definitely we'll fight for this. For this government and for successive governments in the future, let we fight for this. Let we not say, let the president not get to say in appointing people in the process and provide justice, because somebody can even lie, but the president say la call. I was at CID when a senior police officer tell me say, if been get issue with somebody during APC time, the person they be for an idea now for labor mandate. Anytime me ask him for him, and I money come work with from now. Therefore, it can't get for me to do investment. People will up him. But that man will up him. So you know man for go spend 20, 30 million instead of for pay the money by installment. You see, these are all evil things. So when they call and invite the head of CID caller now, you go even call State House, so that man they left for more. If everybody are not be listening to President Kuma, even be known as one, and people be known as State House, they do their rubbish also. So these are the things we have to stop. Let the police be independent, let the judiciary be independent, let other institutions be independent. Like when you say HCC, I get respect for Ben Kafala, and I pursue like a young man, and we also think HCC don't they do things and selectively, we are fishing them for up the game. I also represent FPN, where it's called Faith and Public Integrity Network. Now a Christian approach like HCC for all Christians and nations, they're accountable. The headquarters are in Oxford. So I've been following and things them when me say I'm not happy, how person they go. For retrieve money from criminals, now let somebody, if me say I can go to government money, I go invest them. After some time they hold me, I own up, I pay back the money. The profit I make over time, you say, but let not forget say, there is a provision say thou shalt not steal. So thou shalt not steal, how do we treat it? Not so for they can return the thing. That is restitution. There is a crime for stealing. So now that to express the ACC go with and call for say no, we not they do this, not do that. To a large extent, some of the issues have been selective, and that's why I'm not too comfortable. Right. But if the ACC, we're not just Ben Kafala and ACC, this has been time. The ACC in times past, a lot of selective justice have been there. I will tell you, So I just want to say, let the institution there so really be independent and serve the people. Just like we expect Parliament. For some people, when they want power for go Parliament, then they humble themselves to the people, blah blah. Once they get the power, then turn against the people them for serve. Somebody committed a crime, go be talked. It's shameful for things that way. And the MPs are problems as well. The parliament is our problem. They should be ashamed to even mount that campaign. We want power. It's shameful. I'm not really happy for students. Really, I consider myself as MP before. Serious, I'm not happy with that at all. And those are the things we have to continue to speak. But I throw a challenge back. Any MP officer which are talking and lie, let's take the podium.
All right, thank you very much. Edward, you're surprised with you in 1 minute?
Well, I'm not surprised at all. Me now one Sierra Leone where I think this country is sick when it comes about the issue of justice delivery. I also think that this country is still sick. That we need to allow state institutions them, whether they are not allowing themselves or somebody is not allowing them to do what they're supposed to be doing, and that don't even undermine the efforts of developing a Sierra Leone who want to look forward to. State institutions then get their responsibility. There is no institution at this country will not get a mandate. For God's sake, just go alongside with your mandate. The other day you bring me on this program, I said this to you that I'm disappointed at the ACC. As far as Ben Kervala, the current commissioner is concerned at the ACC, now that he just believes he thief, he collect the money by he pay back. The criminal aspect of the ACC has been thrown into the dustbin. Today, the anti-corruption is no longer talking about prosecution. All what's in the panana dialogue. Somebody thief, he can when I thief this money, say yes, na me thief up, but they are big. But they away the money, look at the money, that's okay, go. Could you imagine in the case of Param Tarawali, even with the wife says we're gonna the CID and admits, yes, indeed, he employed it, he been collect salary, be the work day, they decide for refund the money. Automatically, there is a conspiracy that the ACC for not even go further for investigate. Again, there is also an abuse of office, perpetrated by Param. All of them are not even they border the ACC. That there is one criminal element of the investigation. There is abuse of office, and there is fraud. All of them they are meeting say, my brother, we get a long way for go. We dey talk about, yes, then there's I see some funny civil society organizations. But for me, I don't even have respect for them anymore. They converge now one place, and they go begin, because they don't write fee project proposal, then they go begin talk about constitutional review. For God's sake, we don't depend this constitutional review for 18 years. Since the late, in fact, 3 of the chairman for the constitutional review, they don't die. No one there. Justice Peter Tucker came up with a very good constitution under Pakaben regime. At the end of the day, that constitution was thrown into the dustbin. It was never implemented. It was never adopted. There was no referendum done to accept that constitution. The same thing was done under former President Kuma when they appoint Justice Kawan, a very upright man, a very honest man, a very strong Sierra Leoneans where a lot of people get respect for. He reviewed the constitution. He made solid recommendations from across the country after consultation. Very solid recommendations that we all participated in, including the opposition at that time. When I've been the SLPP.
You for 1 minute, I beg, because nothing in the pay me. I get that copy day every day. I look up. Pakawan was on 98.1. 3 months in there, he said, "I did die and not get for there tomorrow." He said, "We don't make a good document so una." He said, "Do ya una put some to action?" He said, "This will help you." Section 40, with them pull what them call Supreme Executive Authority, so Chief Executive Officer. But waiting APC be want and say person not serve 2 terms. It's still agile. You want for come back later and go come. Now he made them not pass that constitution day. That was the highest wickedness to a nation. Why do we want to tear a constitution for such one person? because Yansanede and Fakan them been wanted and next come back after I don't do that Putin plan because they not agree. They not pass that country of 2016. You have to look at that document and know say that was the best after Peter Tucker and constitution that would have ever happened.
You know, I think this constitution, I see that they make some step for touch them. I think we will find another time we will touch on them because the constitution under Ernest Bai Koroma have been the most expensive way we don't ever get for like $2 million.
Now $4 million.
4 million, thank you. Now be the most expensive.
£4 million, not $2.
Ah, well.
And I will tell you, the British High Commission was not happy with us. When them pull win at Parliament, they go and lay complain. They called us. They say, we be not helpful now for the excess powers, the supreme executive powers we then give to president, for me them pull them at that constitution day. So president will just say executive orders, executive this one. He said, we don't pull them. But they're not going for pass them. So today, President Bio used them, and he affected 10 MPs like us. He said, so they're not there for, but they are not happy because they wasted resources. Over £4 million was spent on that.
We can't talk about that another day. We don't get another guest. We don't join me inside the program. We foremost Pali Babadi. You know, good morning, Babadi. All right, I think another right now. All right, so we move to two other issues before we wrap up the program. Two other issues quickly before we wrap up the program. So the one where we go take, for example, now this tripartite committee, yeah, this paper say with June 24th election still questionable, tripartite committee may recommend election wrong. You know, Sirajin, what do you think on this? Babali, I be talk to you just now. Babali, do you hear me?
Yeah, I get you clearly.
All right. So I be just put a question to you the last time before I ever come to the second one, but I'll take this one again. So on the issue of this tripartite committee, you think say they will actually recommend the real one because they say they will likely recommend the real one, take into consideration the question where the election gets. What do you take on that?
I don't know if you get me clearly.
Yes, I get you clear.
Clearly.
Yes.
Well, I'm not thinking for dream outcome. Which I don't think it's gonna be talisman, but I assume or whatever, we allow them to go through the normal process and procedure and procedure are seeking signing. Properly.
We actually get to challenge with Babani in line. The line not come inside clearly. All right, so let's go over quickly whilst we figure out what for do. Let's come over to you. I'm former honorable member of Parliament. Sirajin, what thing that you take on this? The tripartite committee may recommend elections in Iran. What do you take? Right.
Okay. What did they say? They say may recommend.
Yes, may.
So now two probability they under. May is a probability that they could recommend, but also recommendation, not an action. So one may not want to take it as authoritatively as an action point. But why no said that in a common? We've not been seeing or hearing any much progress about the tripartite meet. So Pastor Monte will not follow more. But I go please. Pastor Mo I know something limited. But but most often will not hear any progress report on this tripartite. So if that's the case, if nothing much is yet said or done.
So maybe let's just tell you what I see, from Kaifala Mara, it gets several concerns them way they raise with regards, some recommendations them from the government side. As it says on some areas in the way the government they drag foot, and they call on them for let actually, work together and make sure say them put things them in place for them go able for be let them go succeed in this. On the area of the electoral commission, yes, then they cooperate because then they do some kind of auditing and so. And we still say the American government don't give $1,500,000 for they will get some expert them for look into several other issues them with regards to the election.
Yes, of course, that 1.5, I know about that, and what shall they say? Sometimes, I try to say, I'm not religious, I'm godly. I try to keep a relationship with God. I'm not to like for say, if I miss for go church this Saturday, I feel guilty that God will kill me for that. No, I decide say, I think I have a relationship with him. So now go look me and say, hey, God, I know I'm talking to you this morning, my life no good. Then can't so that's the practical person I be. Let me say two things. Let me say what they said may recommend. Let's say they do them and the recommendation go through. The structures we obtain for made election will be so it no change it. Secondly, so therefore before that, the factors will lead for them with the and this state it will still prevail. But most importantly, we condition talk say there is a body, there is an institution. Now you go able, now you no more authorized for say this election for be done or not be done, which is the Supreme Court. We never had an issue in the Supreme Court in this respect. So they might recommend President Bio will still be president, and the instruments we they use for conduct that election they will still be available, and maybe the same lagues will still happen. So for me, I'm not too optimistic. But even if that comes like a good news for all of us, we want for me to say the structures, the methodology, the process, way for make.
All right, the line the older. Mara, what do you think about this particular thing? Tripartite committee may recommend election rerun. What do you think?
Well, from the journalistic point of view, and from the looking at the editorial position of that paper, this might be an opinion, that they may, it does not necessarily mean say that is what they're going to do, but these are kind of a suggestion where maybe the paper they try for make. But one thing we get for be very clear on this, now the fact that there's so much commitment on the part of our development partners vis-a-vis the EU, the United States, United Kingdom for make sure that this process go on. Then we can justify that with the recent approval of $1.something million, by the US government for finance the process. Then they tell you say na a process where nobody no go trade around with and nobody no go mess around with. Because the development partners, they are very concerned. For example, the U.S. government have made it very clear. One of the reasons why we bluff say we don't qualify the MCC is because of our democratic credentials, and they are saying that for us to qualify for them money, then they now for make sure say we maintain democratic credentials in many areas vis-a-vis the outcome of the elections. There are issues around. So all of this here where they happen soon, and for make sure say we right the wrong, and we get back to normalcy in terms of our governance system. Looking at the APC composition in that committee, the SLPP composition in that committee, I have the greatest respect for two individuals there. I know I've worked with Dr. Gaiman, not as a journalist. I've interviewed him several times, and I know he has been firm in many things. We will also look at Dr. Kefala Mara, representing the APC. I don't interview him. I don't talk with him. They are very much sincere and focused in terms of what they want to really achieve based on the terms of reference. Because we have to also understand they are guided by the terms of reference.
So these terms of reference when you talk about, so they don't make a lay public understand what's in the inside there.
Well, maybe that might be one of the lapses, but the point is, I'm sure even the development partners, they are all aware of this. They have the documents, and they are more focused on that, achieving A, B, C, D, and D in this process. So if that comes out, back to the question, if that comes, this saying that it will be the end part of the product, that they will recommend that there should be a rerun, they might have come to every terms an agreement that yes, there is a need for a rerun based on the evidence available or based on what they don't find out through the dialogue process and so on and so forth. But I'm sure whatever decision they come up with, again, for be in the interest of Sierra Leone and not in the interest of APC or SLPP. And that is the point we have to emphasize on, because this is not a kind of something we get for be a winning for SLPP or a winning for APC. So sometimes when some APC supporters, parade around making noise, I know we get forget this about, and some SLPP guys again will be sitting in their corner and we don't know with this election, blah blah blah. That tripartite meeting with the guns, so now for nothing no more, this and that. We get to understand, say the APC is just not matter in this process. The SLPP is just not matter in this process. What is matter in this process? Now the people of Sierra Leone matters, and whatever the outcome might be, again, for be in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone and not APC or SLPP. So people don't get forget that very clear. So me, I still have confidence in the committee. I still trust them, and I know we have Sierra Leoneans that are upright in that committee, that will not mortgage their integrity. They will not mortgage their names simply because they want for police them political paymasters. So I'm optimistic that at the end of the day, this recommendation would be in the interest of Sierra Leone. So I don't want to speculate at this point in time to say, now this girl for B, now this girl for B, because I know that what begin to happen so now with the involvement of the international community and the money being poured into the committee now, where that they don't be one of the challenges because money not been there. So with what that happens so now, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
All right. So Babani, did you get me clearly? All right, so we move quickly to another issue where you get for do with the this paper, where the OWL newspaper. The OWL newspaper get this banner headline way in the KI, and it say worrisome, 37 military officers sacked. And this now additional to the one they already where they done the sack where they done the other one they we done a whole where they can say not turn up for duty where other than a wanted list and other. So this now added to that number they already. They may get 48, they may get 14 or whatever. So the number they rise up like every day. The military they dismiss military officers. Then I start with you, Babadi. Last thing, you they get me cleaning. You might mute Babadi if you get me. Yes, but you line this scramble. So what did you take on this issue of the military officers then where they dismiss? Right now they don't put another 37 on top of the list.
Yeah, I think say the military in recent times sharply divided. The military sharply divided, and progress within the military now is a challenge, very serious challenge. We don't know the crux of the matter because we are not in the military. The military commission are classified. However, removing 37 senior personnel in the military a very serious point of concern in a peaceful time.
But you talk something very much important, but you line the scramble, and it's sad that people are not going to hear you properly what you say. But you really decide for make big time sense in all of what you say, but it's difficult for you exactly what you say. Sorry about that. Like about you, Edward. Edward, if I can remember fine one, you don't be one time close to the military. What I mean, it be like most times they report on things when they happen at the military, and they use so much particular, so much they follow activities we get for do with the military. I hope I get it right.
Certainly so.
Yes.
I was defense correspondent when I was with Standard Times, and also
perfect. So I think I get that. There are no mistake. So what do you think? You know, our newspaper said this is Worrisome. Now 37 don't go, added to 48. Another set in between don't go. So now every other day we hear that they dismiss military officers them.
Well, from my own experience and from my own records, I think this is not the highest number within a short period for all get this kind of dismissal. And I don't think say we don't ever get this highest number ever in the history of the Arslav. And for me, I also know that in the Arslav there are 3 means of dismissal. You have voluntary retirement, you have compulsory retirement, and you have retirement, and you also have dismissal. All of them, then stages, then they all go with procedures are thoroughly followed. Like for example, my dad's number is SLA 1816-1434, and I'm not sure if there is anybody in the army right now who even been there with me that been served the army. My dad retired under the category of voluntary retirement because he thinks that he has done his best for Sierra Leone and for the country. And voluntarily, he asked for voluntary retirement. So he went through all the process, the interviews and everything. So finally, he was granted and he retired honorably. And the army accorded him in a very, honorable respect. When he decided to go back home, Kabbalah, then provide him a whole military truck, all in belongings, everything that belongs to him, then pack everything, then go left and back my home. And he was well received. And we have this kind of dignified retirement process within the Arslav. I don't think, say, today, that's the much they happen, because I've seen some retired even voluntarily, and they get them card, and that is the end of it. All what they begin for Sina, now for letting they pass around now from Nasit to Kokri to Minister of Finance for their benefit, for their pension. I don't think, say, the military is a secret society. They are working for and on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, and they also get the responsibility for make sure they protect the constitution of Sierra Leone. And in that regard, all of our gallant men and women of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces deserve the best, and which every government is trying to do. In what's in the happen, so I've not seen. That's why I called the minister, the defense spokesman, Lieutenant Colonel Bangura. One of them days there, we are talking about the demolition process now Fort. There are a lot of issues happening within the army that needs to be addressed by the commander-in-chief and the Minister of Defense. Because I know that in the military, the president is the chairman for the Defense Council. And the Defense Council is the highest level of the military. And the president as commander-in-chief.
And take note of this. Take note of this. From this press release or this memo come out from the 29th yesterday, it said the Defense Council endorsed the retirement of some officers from the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. So in other words, yes, the president will be part of that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I said the president is the chairman for the Defense Council. So that is the highest level. And whatever decision has been taken from that level now, they cannot go backward. That is the highest level. That's why in the military, you have a lot of cadres of redress, from one level to another, say to get to that point. And when it get to that point, that's the final, that's where the ball stops. And I think, say, the Ministry of Defense will come back to the public. And this is my point, and this is my own take. For now, I'm seeing that even the Public Information Department of Ministry of Defense, whether they are competent or not, I'm not here to justify that. But the fact is, then SSF will come out and explain all of this process. For example, would I go through compulsory retirement? Would I go through voluntary retirement? Would I then go through dismissal, administrative dismissal? All of these things will be explained to the public so that the public will be well informed, well briefed. Like, for example, now, there's a lot of controversy with regards to the dismissal of Lieutenant Colonel Musa Bangura. And we all know the history attached to Musa Bangura. You cannot write the history of our country's civil war without mentioning Musa Bangura. The last time when he was under the APC regime, when he was victimized, when he was maltreated. Nami take up the campaign for a medical arrest fund and make sure we send and go to Ghana for medical treatment to bring him back because he been go through a lot of psychosocial problems and all that.
And at that particular time, maybe they get issue again with the one that we do the documentary.
Yes, he been get issue with the one that they do the documentary. So he medically, when at that time under the APC, when he was abandoned, his medical condition was abandoned, I launched that campaign and will be able to raise money together myself, the later Mr. Philip Neville, Dr. Adonis Abur, and others like-minded Sierra Leoneans that we send and go Ghana. He went for medical without a single cent being paid by the government of Sierra Leone or the Republic of Sierra Leone. So in all of this, we have to really be careful how we address some of these issues. Let the Minister of Defense come back to the public and clarify some of these issues.
Okay, so Sirajin Rollins Kamara, this is not the largest time where they don't dismiss. Officers, when they said the officers, the senior ranking, from second lieutenant, state to colonel, major, then the one in the 37 of them, no junior staff, no junior officer, now from lieutenant upwards, 37 of them, whether they're compulsory discharge, they say compulsory discharge and get 5. And then get compulsory discharge on grounds of compulsory discharge on grounds of subversion, then get 18. Compulsory discharge on grounds of misconduct, then get 5. When inside these 5, then say Bangura, the one way responsible, one of the way responsible for bring the West Side boys when they belong to map na Salon people and truth to end, and in suffer in life at that particular point there, and then you get compulsory discharge on grounds of absence without leave. When I older, you get voluntary discharge when I 6. So this is not the largest. What do you take of this? Because this paper they say this is worrisome.
Thank you very much. I must say this is not cruelty of the highest order. I will not expect somebody. You see this. Forces work. People in Fono say this is not a lifetime decision. Somebody say I want for be soldier man, I want for be army man, and you know how the process they. Some were not fortunate to be cadet officers. Then go to the rank and file. Say some then go end up for be RSM. But those who are fortunate to go through cadets, then they go to the highest. And I would say, but somebody decided say this is my life. This is what I want to be. And this is what I want to become. Then just where they reach and peak for things, say, well, now they go towards the echelon, that the topmost side, then they can do this kind of thing. I know say President Bio no know nothing but them people there. Now the one they waiting at the army themselves. Now they do them here. This
chairman of the council.
Yes, and so the boss stops at him. What they say? Let give the faults to the one they force will responsible. Yeah, because if you really work with them people on a day-to-day basis, could come up with something like this. We only need to ask them question. If this kind of people when you name them at that say, how would they feel? We know the golden law, the golden rule. Do unto others as you like others do unto you. If this way then they do them comping, so then go pull them to President Bio because I ain't get the authority down for say fire them. Will they be happy as you say that guy Musa, where cyber don't only our throats, even the bridge system, now he able to help out the situation. Now so for people see able this one and come out. If you not think so I do then to them, they come back and hunt you now. Me I know for debate on this. It's totally wrong, if at all safe. That's somebody dismissal and call them. It's not good for person, somebody who have given service to a unit.
And for just add to that, Siraji, most of them they say they dismiss them because of a WhatsApp group called Calamera. The spokesman for the defense, they say no military officer no get right for participate in any political activity.
Well, again. What do we say? If they say we get processes in any institution, somebody falls out, you break the law, they say warn them. You warn them, you query them,
Wait,
when they say yes, they warn them.
Were they warned?
Yes, they say they warn them, but at some point, some of them, when they see the name, then at least take part in this 27 and 26 November something. But the question now, when me they ask now,
okay,
yes, military officers are not supposed to be part of politics. But what about the one them where they actively support the government and they come out publicly? They're not to politics and they talk.
Well, now that's the talks. Now that's a one come show. If they talk, we see military personnel in a state house, in a state lodge, then they dance with gun, then they talk to anybody waiting and call fascinate people, they kill them. What evidence do you need for dismiss that kind of person? You see, when they talk, say this is not just about the military or police, even in public service. And now yesterday you're talking about Ministry of Works. One lady, they go victimize people. And he say that one of them they dance for me while they in a campaign. But you in a party. Why that person for belong to a party? What kind of cheap politics this? If that nonsense is not stop, salon they make, I will tell you, except you know they're in power forever. And I know say 2020 is the turn of APC. If APC back come, they say law begin to enter and do to people them. How will they feel? This country will ever make? No. That's why some of us who are liberals should not stop for call the attention of the authority for say this is bad. And I will ask me, I recommend I say, may they restate those people. Then people also because you cannot have a set of people breaking the law, you know, just like code against CC, then they cover some people. You also get some people who say, oh, they don't break the law. Belonging to a WhatsApp group does not make you a decision maker. Now, people's opinion where I can talk to anybody, nobody should hold you accountable for that. You understand? Now, some people they feel free for talk. If people are beginning to take them for charge people, for remove somebody from work, for a service they don't render for almost over 20, 30 years, then for that just go on and raping and like that, you not get nothing for sure. Believe that person na death, na murder that one day. Would they kill people subconsciously? This is not good. You know, they're not party there for victimized people. We should not encourage them here. And no President Biafra look at this and no say this was a wrong decision. Let me reverse them. This is not good for the nation. You know, these people will go bitter and bitter. You know, so me and I'm not really one for talk about that. It is wrong today. It is wrong tomorrow.
All right, continue for day with three inside the program. We actually don't come to the end of the program. I'm very sorry we get another guest, but in line, no look they come out clean for let we actually get find discussion with them. And for me, I think say enough here at all to them at all because the issues and the things in this way they actually want for take part on, but the line not actually clear. For let we get you know in voice into all of this. But we come to the end of the show now. Let's just take una and ask una, what will be una final submission for wrap up the program this morning? I'll start with the politician in the program.
Well, I think me just want for, you know, call on the ACC and the Financial Intelligence Unit for let them rise to the occasion, you know, of fulfilling their responsibility to the people of this country. Nobody no need for tell you for investigate financial fraud. The ACC no need for reminding of the acts that they have to investigate unexplained wealth. ACC should not be an institution now where they dialogue with criminals. You know, you thief, it tell me so well, give me the money where you thief, they go scot-free. There is the law make it very clear that for the fact that somebody has, he don't come forward, he don't say, yeah, me been thief, look at the money, automatically the person is a criminal. So there is a criminal element of the investigation that they should investigate. So this question of selective justice within the ACC administration under Ben Kevala, I think is not good for the effort in the fight against corruption. It's not good at all. And the more reason some of us, we have decided to terminate, maybe not terminate me, MOU long ago with the ACC, because I had an MOU with them to help complement them in the fight against corruption. But when I don't see now say the ACC itself now is being corrupt in the sense that they are dancing with the thieves, they are dancing with corrupt people, and at the same time there is a selective justice now in the fight against corruption. I don't withdraw me MOU with them, and I have no business with them until they see us in the fight against corruption. Then some of us will finally come back again and join them, to complement them. But at this point in time, I've suffered a lot in the hands of the ACC because I don't be star witness for the ACC. I don't help them for investigate. We don't go to court. We don't secure conviction. I was not compensated, but I give a damn because what I did at that time was for my country. But the way they seen at the ACC, they go with the selective justice, with conniving with criminals, negotiating with criminals. I don't think that is the best way to go in the fight against corruption.
All right. Thank you very much. Baba, did you get me? If you get me, you might mute. Let's get a last try and see how the lines are like for you. Waiting will be your final submission. You might mute. You might mute.
Hello?
Yes, we get you now. Go ahead, Babadi.
No, what you say, sorry. Oh man, na secretary fit and back. Now we tell commercial bank for now do this. So the case to know the one thing. What you say?
That's it. The final submission. Yes, Babadi, go ahead.
Okay. Based on what I see today, of course you said you will still participate. Of course, the unity in the APC party, we will not talk about that, but that's something we are all working towards because that's our heartbeat. So swiftly move the process for let's bring unity in the party, and I call on the Secretary General Lansana Dunguya for open up the membership and begin give people new membership card and for that we will build up a database. On the ACC, I want for big Ben Kafala as a young man. Let make sure say he really continue to do how he start. But as it is now, there are question marks. Like when Mara say, Mr. Nampo volunteer with ACC for a long time during at the Macaulay, the pay no bribe. I was like a secret agent, for make sure say we stop this bad tears in our country. I mean, one person will be support Ben Kafala. I've been in a parliament. I've been in the Philippines. I say public mistake require public action for make them name and shame them teacher than opportunity. So if we support that thing there and not see any reason why we not for name and shame people in a higher offices and officer there should be selective justice at all. That was wrong. And I call on President Bio, you have forsake a peace where we all want at this country. Those dismissed soldiers, let them reinstate them. May them reinstate them. I don't think say the crime is enough for make somebody don't offer in service for 30 months here only for going to host and whip your hand and not get nothing. Many people not die before them. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Babadi. Come on again. You with your mind. You might mute, Babadi. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. 37 military personnel dismissed. I think for we, my very serious concern. If they are appalling, or get someone who don't be lifetime into a profession, then at the end of the day, and look at all you want them to dismiss. They all have been enough. They are all from the north or western area. What I'm planning to do with the military. Before 1996, the military was split into two. The FIC came. Bakaba came, the military was split and divided seriously in such a way we have to provoke another war. And now look at what is happening now. In a peaceful time, we get 37 senior personnel of the military dismissed. The lawyers I know, they are dismissed. And the president is the chairman of the Supreme Defense Council. We are free. It's appalling. It is scary. This is a problem that we should confront headlong. And so what we give to our civil society then, we the come out with the letter, sent them, instructing him to get state everybody where they don't dismiss so far. But it is wrong. It's not fun at all. However, we are hopeful that, this gentleman not involved in anything we counterproductive towards the military. Because the military is a very dangerous institution, very disciplined, and we all know. But I have also advised, again, in the fight against corruption, let's be careful. Our utterances, our statements, we should, let's be clear of them very, very well. With that thing say anti-corruption is able to do, they don't get series of precedents with the Ajakala, etc., with the Edmond Kuruma, with the setting out of court. We have those precedents set. So I don't know if it's wrong now to do one. I'm not a fan anymore of anti-corruption commission because of how they handle the fight against corruption. They need to go inwards, not outwards. If a citizen person had a problem of this, in name, they look at the name, they come out enough, they get control with the opposition, that person will go to jail. They will find all kind of way. However, I think what will happen now, they don't do one before. Ajakala, Edmond Kuruma, and so many other people. So I think they continue with these precedents. So I have advised the public, I'm not a lawyer, we are not lawyers at all, but again, the lawyer has really advised themselves. But you do as a boss of the agency, no, come public and say, sorry, and seek administrative release. That is very, very wrong.
Okay.
You are the CEO of the commission.
Babadi they talk about precedent. You see, sometimes as a country, let us build on good precedent, not bad precedent. The act make provision for both consulted and sentenced. They can collect the money from you, then finally you go to jail, or both. You understand? Mm-hmm. So what we are saying, let us, the law should not be selective. Say, okay, because this is my friend, my olabo, my cow, the money no more, we don't thief. I go let you let go scot free. Why we don't see Naya like this former guy, Kata in case na NRA. They convict him, they go jail. At the same time, they pay back the money. So what is different from Kata's case and the case that now when they come up? So when people say, hey, precedent has been set before. No, let us don't build on bad precedent. This is my point with Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone all time we try for justify the wrongs, and we are so clever enough for begin for justify bad things. Say, oh, so thing may not happen before. So if it has happened at that time, can't we change it now for God's sake? And even at that time, there are precedents also been set at that time that somebody was convicted, they go jail, at the same time pay the money. Some of us, we are sick now with the country.
Okay, all right. So one for big for wrap up the program at this point. For come back with we'll try for see our best we can count the team again, and we pray that the next time Babadi in line will really be up to the task for let me get a very, very, very hard part of like always. So thank you very much, Thomas Pali Babadi. Thank you very much, Honorable Siraji Olins Kamara, and thank you very much, Edward Mara, for taking time for joining me inside the program this morning for we talk about all of the issues there. So thanks to you, we follow, we watch, and then you will all like, subscribe, and share the program. Appreciate. If you not all like and subscribe it, please consider for do so. If you not share it, please do so as well, so more people will actually get for no way to don't discuss inside the program. The name is Pierre. Thanks to the producer who puts this program together. Until then, we'll meet again on net. I want to say God bless you all, and please, get on yourself a wonderful day.